Hello everyone, and welcome back to Golf with Your Friends, Level Editor, Episode 4. We are returning here to Bears Cove. If you recall, last time we built this big beach here, and now today, we're going to fill it in. We're going to start with a big tree. I want to try something different I've never tried before, but I always really like these big palm trees. And I thought maybe if I took a giant palm tree, put it out in the desert. We'll probably surround it with some small ones, and we'll make a hole with it. Again, of course, keeping in mind that out of bounds line there, the fence. We cannot have the ball go outside of that, otherwise it'll glitch out. It'll soft lock the game, and we'll be totally out of luck. So, to avoid that, I always now just double check. We're going to spin this just a little bit, and as you noticed, this tree's so massive now that it's actually given us quite a bit of room here. It moves it over like 6 blocks almost. So we're going to fast forward a bit. Again, I'm trying to figure out my editing. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do these videos. So let me know if you guys like this style, this episode, or if you prefer a different way. But just trying to kind of get to the meat and potatoes of things. But in this course, or this level rather, we're on this giant tree. You're starting at the top. We put in these big leaves, and you're going to just kind of bonk your way off the tree, land on this leaf. It actually doesn't despawn you or reset you. These are active, so you can actually land on these leaves, which is really exciting. So what my idea is, we're going to go ahead and make a green down there on that last one. So there's the green. So if you look now where we just were up here, where we hit our second shot, looking down, that's pretty much where we landed. I tried to put it about where you're going to end up. So this hole is actually almost finished here. These are those blue shiny things you'll notice, those flashy things. Those are just in case for some, whatever reason, the ball gets down there. They'll reset you. I like to tuck them. I don't like seeing that gross, shiny stuff. It's very annoying to look at. And here's me just doing my thing. I'm testing every little thing. I don't want anyone to get stuck, because you could technically just get your ball to trap down there, and then you just keep respawning when you fall, which would stink. So I'm always just trying to test, but I can't test everything. So if you guys want to, when this level comes out, make sure you play it and let me know if you find any problems with it. I'd love to try to fix them. But here's the other way. This one's a little more difficult if you go to the right side, but it does give you a better second shot. You can see better. Let's see if I can't get this in. A little short, but that's okay. You know what? We're going to move on, though. We're going to take a piece from this, and we're going to make... That was hole 8, so now we're going to make hole 9. Moving right along the circle, we talked about kind of going around the outside first, and then we'll go to the middle. So we've got the pyramid. This was in the same little scenery pack as the tree we just got. Kind of sticking to, keep it simple. If it works, don't fix it. We're going to grab this and bring it over closer to the ocean, because that's closer to in play. I don't want to really deal with a headache later down the road. We'll go ahead and highlight everything. Again, holding Alt, copy and pasting and dragging it. I have an idea for this. I want to utilize the pyramid. I want to utilize it as something you have to try to hit the ball off of. As you can see here, now it's kind of coming together a bit. I'm going to lower this down a bit. I don't really like it being the exact height as the start, so you'll see me lower that a little later. We're adding some walls in, kind of setting the base for what my idea is. You see those holes there. So now you're kind of going to see what the idea is here. When you hit the ball in just the right distance and just the right speed, right angle, you'll get into this slot here, and this slot spits the ball out and gives you, well, nothing yet. It gives you a boat. But I'm thinking that that's where we're going to put the hole. And so now, on that thought, here is what I've come up with. So you can kind of see what the hole's going to look like entirely. I know we're moving kind of fast. I'm trying to figure out, the right length for these videos. I think the last one was pretty long, so this one might be a little shorter. But I'm going to try to include more content along the way, even though it's a little shorter. We'll figure it out. But yeah, we're going to go really fast here, I think, and speed things up and just try to progress through, because you've kind of seen me do this for the last few episodes. You know what I'm doing here. It's just a different color in this instance, because it's this cool little, you know, Egyptian brick yellow. But we're going to go ahead and just kind of cut through here and show what I'm doing. We got the cat statues in the front that looked really cool. We're adding tons of trees. I think I add even more than this off camera. Adding some foliage and bushes, adding, you know, it's the little details. All these little vines that hang. And again, you're probably not going to even see them for more than a second or two, but it's fun. Now, this is that speed boost thing we were talking about again. I'm going to turn it around, and I want these, if you hit the ball into one of these, I want it to push, just give it a little extra oomph to get to that little divot hole so that you're not getting stuck in there and getting frustrated. I kind of want it to just work seamlessly. And here I'm testing it, and I noticed I bonked off that wall. That little wall that I bonked off of, I actually got an idea for fixing that, because you can get stuck on there. And someone did give me an idea, and I'm going to try to put it to use. Again, we're kind of taking a look at this stuff here that we built previously. That was hole 7 there. That was hole 8 at the tree. This is hole 9 we're working on here. So this is what I'm talking about. That little spot there, I'm putting these, they're going to push the ball to the left. In case you get it in that spot, it does get stuck and it does keep you spawn there, and that's frustrating. So we're just putting these little tiny things in there. You'll see me aim for it here, get lucky and hit it. And you'll see it push the ball a little bit to the left, and then the other one pushes the ball forward, right? There. Gives a little boost so that it reaches the hole. And then you get spit out down here in between the cats, and they judge you for not getting a hole in one. And that's pretty much done. That's hole 9 finished, which is really exciting. I really like how this one turned out. I'm very proud of it. It's kind of a cool take on something I've seen before in real life, but moving on. We've got this dog statue I found. This really cool, it looks like a plate, like a dish bowl that he's waiting for his food. So I put it in his jaw, and I want to incorporate that somehow. I originally thought, you know what, let's use the whole statue. Let's put it on his hindquarters and put it up his neck and over his head and into that dish. I'm going to not do that because that's a lot of angles, and I kind of just got done on hole, was it 7, I think? That was a nightmare with all those angles. So I found this really cool statue. I kind of want to try something different where you're kind of almost just airdropping into the hole. So I went ahead and found this really cool little piece. We're going to edit it down, put a spawn in, and we're going to try to see what it feels like to drop in to that little dish that we were talking about that the dog's holding. And I almost nailed it first try. You see it bounces though if you miss, so the landing zone below this dish will need to make it pretty wide, not too wide. We still want to make it so that some people, you know, if you don't hit it just right, you won't make it. But what I want to do is have the ball land. Look at that, it lands perfectly on the edge. That's not good, but sometimes it happens. This is me just messing around and play testing, realizing we'll have to put in some walls too to guide you so you can't go back. As much as I want to keep it in, because it is fun to do. I'm like, you know what, I'll probably get flack for that later, so I'll go ahead and just fix it. I almost think you can get a hole in one on this. I wonder if you can get it. I think you can get it up on this top one here on the right. I mean, okay, better than that, but we're not trying to do that today. We're trying to do the water bowl hole. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I missed it again. It's pretty cool. But anyway, back to the water bowl. So I'm making the green here. I'm going to speed through it a bit, show you kind of my process for how it looks when you're trying to make a green. And as you can see, I'm utilizing the copy and paste tool a lot. It's my favorite tool. Control C, Control V, baby. And I'm just looking at the beans. Free falling in. It worked perfectly this time. You can see his snoot. And it's pretty nice landing strip when you come down here. So I'm really proud about that. I'm really happy with how that turned out. We'll steal some walls from our Egyptian pyramid we're going to bring them over to the water dog bowl hole. It's kind of cool how that putter sticks into the bottom there. I really like how that one turned out too. They look really well next to each other. The theme, the color, everything's kind of very well themed over on this side. We're adding in those rails we were talking about earlier to keep the player from going astray. I know. But it's locked in and it works. I mean, I guess if you had jumping enabled, you could absolutely jump those easily. But after I'm satisfied with testing that, I realize it's probably time to move on to another hole. I know, can you believe it? A third hole in one video? I know the first video we did like 5, so not that surprising. But in this hole, I had an idea for something going along. We're going to go ahead and turn right and keep the circle going. Again, utilizing the fence because that's out of bounds. We don't want to be out of bounds, so we're going to go ahead and move that off to the right a bit. I went ahead and fast forwarded through some of my testing. You can kind of see me trial and erroring things. I'm trying out this big column archway, and it just didn't feel right. I just wanted something a little simpler, so I'm going to go ahead and vouch for these little guys. Just the angled pieces. I started to have an idea here. I'm zooming out. I'm thinking, you know what? Let's make a pinball level. Let's make it so we're playing pinball. So I'm going to go here. You're going to see me taking some pieces and making them tall so I can have a little bit of a wall here. There we go. That's the right one. We'll drag it back down here and line it up. So that'll be kind of how we do the walls. And you can see the bottom of what we got going. We're going to utilize those speed boosters at the bottom. You'll see those little highlighter pieces already in. Those are going to make sure that when you miss, we're going to go ahead and push the ball back to the start. Grabbing some really cool angled half circle pieces, making them tall, proud, fixing this little gap here. I'm not too worried if there's a little overhang. As you'll see here, it's sticking out back there. I know it's ugly. We're going to cover that up. We'll take care of that later. You can always cover it up. Showing you a little bit more in depth of what these speed boxes can look like when you start stacking them. I really want it to go, if you're short and you don't hit it hard enough, or if you get blocked and stopped and you don't make it through, I want your ball to not just go backwards. I want it to kind of have to go like a pinball does. Where when it hits like that and it comes backwards, it gets pushed back out into play, so to speak. Sometimes, not all the time, but I just kind of like the look of this, and you'll see it's automatically pushing the ball very satisfyingly right back to where it needs to be. And then if you take your time and you don't hit that block and you get it through the hole, there you go. Of course I need to finish that gap, but the idea is there. Fast forwarding again, you can see I'm adding tons of stuff. I think I take some of those blocks away because it does slow down the ball when you're falling, and in play testing I just wanted to get back and hit another shot, and those blocks slowed it down. You can see a little turtle we added in. We're going to go ahead and work on the fence now, or the house now. And this was kind of a fun process, a little tedious. You'll see me deleting pieces, changing pieces out. I'm trying to make it so that when you're at the spawn, you just spawned in, you see something ahead of you in the distance, and you see something in a building shining, and you're like, okay, I'm going to connect the dots here. I'm guessing those two things are linked. But if you can't see the one in the building, you don't know anything's where the next linkage is. So I really wanted the player to see something through a window and know, okay, there's definitely something going on in that building. I don't think I can reach it. There must be, okay, I see something in there. Okay, because you can free cam too. So hopefully they'll look around and make the connection and notice that. And they'll also see the hole in there, of course. Again, spinning the windows, checking it. You'll see these windows are one-ways. So I have to make a decision. Do I want the one way to block, or do I want the one way to not block? In this instance, we want, when you're coming back down from your hit and you're coming down, you want to see in there. So we'll turn that around. Again, here's how I'm going to cover those pieces up. I'm just going to put some big buckets down. We use these early on hole 5. You can make it as big as you want, and I think they really look cool. I like the colors. I went for Cosmo and Wanda, green and pink. Covering the hole with a little more of a challenge here. This thing does drive me nuts. It will affect your shot. You'll actually see it here, I believe. This ball should totally go in, but nope, right over top, which I kind of like, but I don't know if we'll keep it. We'll see. Here's these blocks again I was talking about. I think 3 and 2 is enough, just enough to slow you down and get you back in line. I love how just often that works. It's very nice. And we made it. Nice little birdie. Par 5 seems fair. I want you to take multiple shots. If you get lucky and you get it first try, awesome. But it's not going to always be first try, so I don't want you to get too discouraged. Here we are, play testing back at the beginning. It's always important to remember where we were. I'm just running through all the holes really fast. Again, let me know if you like this editing style. I'm trying to just kind of run through things pretty quickly in this episode and just show you guys everything I've been working on without wasting too much of your time. But let me know if you guys are enjoying these videos because I'm having a lot of fun making them. This is the sandcastle, always holds a place in my heart, special place. Here's the bank shot ramp. And right there, so what I was talking about earlier, so this is what I mean. This needs to be fixed. That's very annoying. And the way we're going to do that, I'm not sure, I have a theory, but I think because the green and the blue are different texture color things, they're not quite marrying together. So we're taking these little pieces out that I put in. We're going to put in an actual 4-square because I forgot that they have those. And we are going to just fix it like that. It's simplified. All those little pieces were probably messing up when the ball hit. That was very weird. That just landed so strangely. Let's see if we can make that happen again. Well, that's better. I feel better about that. Still not sure what happened about that over here. I mean, looks like the ball's rolling over it, so that's fine. I can't seem to make it happen again, so we're going to move on. Hole 6. I really like the fact that there's 2 paths you can go. Oh, we just missed it. Well, we're taking option B. I don't mind going this way. It's really fun, actually. There's that rock we fixed earlier in the last episode. I'm glad we fixed that. Hole 7, the nightmare hole, the volcano. This one really did take a long time. I'm very, very happy it's over with. I'm proud of it. I'm not as proud of it as I'd say hole 6, though. I really like the water element. I feel like this one was a really fun idea, and it looks cool. But you know what? I think I could have probably done more with this hole. But it's just challenging to make everything look nice with that brickwork. We did just get a birdie, though, so I'm happy about that. Moving on here. Oh, just holding on to the edge of the leaf. I'm tempted to go that way, but we'll finish the hole correctly and try to get a cool shot here. We're going to have to kind of ramp over this leaf here. I'm just going to hope and pray we get there, and we did. We'll take it. Nice. Moving on to our next hole, hole 9. This one's really cool. Again, I know I said it sounded like a broken record. I'm really, really happy with this, how this one turned out. It's quite a delicate little shot there to get that. And if you don't, the other ones, you'll still get a chance at a birdie from where you land. You just don't want to miss short. And then, of course, the water dog bowl hole. The dog with the water. That hole, I really like the feeling of the free fall. It's a very simple hole. And sometimes the simple is good. They don't all have to be nightmare holes that take forever. These do take a long time, but luckily I'm really, really, really happy with how they turned out. So the time is well worth it. Time well spent. And then, of course, the pinball hole. The lovely Cosmo Wanda flowers. And we nailed it. Nice albatross. All in all, I'm really, really proud of how this is turning out. You can see the whole entire Bears Cove here. beautiful shot as we are finishing up the level, slowly approaching hole 18. What should we build next? Let me know, guys. Other than that, I hope you have a great day, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.